What's going on, everybody? It is your man, the Big Dog, and welcome to episode 106 of the Doghouse, baby. Let's go. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing all right. Had a rough work week, but it's over now, so I can relax for the weekend. I hope. Anyway. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you're live on Twitch, if you're watching this on YouTube, hey, that's okay. Glad to see you watching the video anyway. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? Let's get to tonight's topic. Now, recently, James Gunn has been, how do I say it? He's been contracted to reboot the DC cinematic universe, kind of like what Kevin Feige's been doing to the Marvel universe. Well, granted, I don't think recently he hasn't been doing a great job. I mean, he hasn't. I'm sorry. With the exception of Spider-Man: No Way Home, like, let's be honest, a lot of the movies have been kind of garbage. But the DC. Recently, he did a video announcing the new DCEU slate. Now, we're going to take a look at that. And I am going to be pausing in this video at multiple points because, one, I don't want to get hit with a copyright claim. And two, well, again, I got to give you my thoughts. Again, I don't want to get hit with copyright claims.
Nope.
I do not. But anyway, let's move on. I don't understand why people dye their hair like this. They look ridiculous. Especially him. How old is he? Let's find out. How old is... I don't care about Pamela Anderson. James Gunn. James Charles is younger than me. Ugh. James Gunn. Here we go. Oh my fuck. This is what I get for having a VPN on. God damn it. Oh. He's 56. He's 56 years old, and he's dyeing his hair like this. Oh, my God. Anyway. That's not important right now. Let's move on.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC...
Co-CEO. That's not a good sign.
He has been disconnected in film and television for a long time.
That's an understatement. That is an understatement.
One of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something
good luck with that.
is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds.
Why the hell did you do this in the first place? It would have saved you so much confusion. It would have saved you so much confusion had you done that in the first place, but no.
Outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash,
Oh, no.
fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move...
Yes. A movie starring an actor who's had more trouble or has more run-ins with the law than I have. Like, make that make sense.
Into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So,
Okay.
Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming.
Okay, let's see what we got.
This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter.
Okay.
The first project is Creature Commandos.
Why? Whatever.
Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action.
That seems like it's going to be a big strain on the actors and actresses. Like, especially nowadays, what actor and actress, especially a big name actor or actress, would want to do that? Would want to commit to like 5-10 years worth of films? Unless you're Robert Downey Jr.
The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watch.
And you know the ironic thing is, this show has his wife in it.
Bruh.
Which, why the hell would you announce that before your Batman and Superman movie?
And Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
Okay, so we got a few years to go.
Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan.
Now, this could be interesting. Like, we haven't had a proper Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart in live action. And Jon Stewart, in my opinion, is a lot cooler Green Lantern than Hal Jordan. Okay. Nothing wrong with Hal Jordan, though. But I grew up watching the Justice League cartoon with Jon Stewart in it. And he was played by Keith David, who also played... Actually, no, he wasn't played by Keith David. Who was he played by? Justice League... Not the god-awful film. League... It is Unlimited. There he is, Phil Lamar. This guy. He played a lot of characters back in that. Yeah, he played Static, Samurai Jack. Oh, he was in Ozzy and Drex? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yep. He was Osmosis Jones. Get the hell out of here. And he was there for Samurai. Get the fuck out of here. I gotta watch that. Who did he play? Brother One. Oh. Alright. Sorry about that. I just had to look into that.
And we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really...
But if you have not seen the Justice League Unlimited cartoon series, watch it. It is...
But why?
Ah, shit. Wrong button. There we go. Like... You want to talk about Justice League done right? Like, watch that cartoon.
A terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective, with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth.
Okay, that could be interesting. I've heard the first season of True Detective is fairly decent, so who knows? Could be good, could be shit.
In it,
we'll find
they
out.
discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm character.
Yeah, another like out there team that he's gonna try and make mainstream like he did with the Guardians. I don't know, James. Like the general consensus is you can't catch lightning in a bottle twice. Or yeah,
we are now
whatever.
bringing into the DCU,
I think I fucked
and will
up.
interact
Oh, well.
with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost.
Okay.
Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the
I think it's pronounced Themyscira, but what do I care?
birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction
I've heard that Game of Thrones is good, so let's hope this is okay.
of the DCU's Batman is the brave and the bold. The brave and the
Okay, title is interesting.
bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a
You do realize Bruce Wayne was dead during that time, I'm pretty sure, right?
little assassin who Batman
You know, let's... Again, I'm sorry that I keep pausing this and going back and forth, but I need to know. Let's see, Grant... Here we go, Grant Morrison... Batman by Grant Morrison. Here we go, Batman and Robin. Yeah, just as I thought. Batman was dead during this time, wasn't he? Oh, here we go, Brave and the Bold. Yeah, this... I think he started writing Batman when Dick Grayson took over. When Bruce Wayne had died. Which wasn't a terrible concept, but... whatever.
tries to get in line, and
Could
so
be
this
interesting.
is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the
Actually, it kind of sounds like it's going to be an inspiration from Batman and Son. Where Batman met his son.
Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really
Okay, this could also be interesting.
popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series.
Okay. Could be interesting, but I don't know.
One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so
Oh, no.
Bruh.
Tom King. The same guy that turned Batman into a cock.
we're going to turn that
I
into a
don't think
big
so.
science fiction epic film.
I mean, I didn't read this comic, but I kind of can tell it's probably going to be
Now,
shit.
Superman
If
is
Tom
a
King
guy
is
who
writing
is
it.
sent to Earth and raised by loving parents. Whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched
Yeah, I believe it's called Candor. I believe.
everybody around her perish in some terror.
Matter of fact, let's find out. Let's find out. Where was Supergirl raised? Here we go. Oh, for God's sakes. This is annoying. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Oh, it's Argo City. Okay. Why did I think it was Candor? Why the fuck did I think it was Candor?
terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about.
Now, this could also be interesting because this could make DC go into more R-rated films, which I think they could have a really good time with.
A very dark horror story in the origins of
This probably could be what Moon Knight could have been.
the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be...
I mean, I want to agree with you, but you're I think it was you, or I think it was Taika Waititi that said it. Like, I'll destroy your mythos in a minute. Like, dude.
Bruh.
You can't write comic book films and say shit like that. But
true
whatever.
to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you some...
A lot of lip service. Let's hope we can back it up.
Something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, I know what you're probably thinking. I know what you're probably asking. Big Dog, you're a superhero guy. What do you think of all this? Well, I think it has potential. Granted, again, I gotta be honest with you. James Gunn, he's an arrogant prick, but he is a good director. He's a decent writer too. But again, this is a wait and see kind of thing. Like the whole Batman Brave and the Bold, that could be interesting. Hang on. Like I said, realistically, with the whole thing, I think this is a wait and see kind of thing. This is a wait and see. Let's see what we get. Like the Superman thing could be interesting. What I don't understand is, and Gary from Nerderotic explained it perfectly. Apparently, Superman is going to be somewhat younger than Batman in this film universe, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, in the comics, they're around the same age. I think Batman might be slightly older, but you know what? Let's find out. Let us find out. Let us go to the old Google. Are Superman and Batman the same age? Here we go. It is fair to say that Batman is a few years older than Superman. Okay, fine.
Bruh.
So I guess I was wrong. It depends on the... Okay, here we go. It depends on the format. In the comics, before Crisis on Infinite Earths, it appears that Superman and Batman were either the same age or close to it. Post-Crisis, the suggestion was that Batman has started his costume activities first. Perhaps 5 years before Superman, which implies that he was that much older. Okay. So judging on this post, it kind of depends on where we're going at. So some would say that in some cases they're the same age, and some Batman's slightly older. Okay, it's not clear in the CW Arrowverse. Let's not talk about that. We've only seen Bruce Wayne one time, and that was in a hallucination. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Clark Kent and Lois Lane were old enough to have been reporters for many years. Parents of an infant. After we got the Superman and Lois series, which shows them as parents of high school students, which suggests that the Crisis rewrote their history and made them a little older. But the show has now established that it takes place on a parallel to the one with Supergirl, Batwoman. Yeah. The Superman we last saw in their version of Crisis may still be the same. The Titans takes place on yet another parallel. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Their Bruce Wayne is played, who's past 60 now. That I didn't get. Like, I thought the Titan series was okay, but I never understand why they made Bruce Wayne, like, 60. It's like, listen, I like Dark Knight Returns as much as the next person, but, like, 60-year-old Batman does not work. Alright, let's watch this for a little bit, because I want to...
Hey, Bat fans, welcome back to Room 237
Fucking
and Part
hell.
5 of my How to Start Reading Batman series. This is probably going to be the longest and most intricate, because new readers, myself included. This is a common problem for a lot of new readers, myself included. Trying to find the correct reading order, what's needed, what's not, what goes where. Because there's a lot of books that you read half of.
Now, the reason we're watching this is I want to confirm something about Grant Morrison's run, because I want to confirm whether or not it started with It started with Dick Grayson taking over for Batman. Well, he died. And for those of you wondering how Batman died, he died during Final Crisis, I believe, when Darkseid killed him. But then it was confirmed that he didn't really die. He was sent through time, which that's a whole other thing in and of itself.
Read half of that, finish the
Don't
first
even get
half
me
of
started
this,
with that. Oh Lord.
It's a mind-fucking mess.
Yeah, I
And
can imagine.
originally, when I made the Grant Morrison video, it was to help new readers because there isn't a whole lot of videos of
That is the continuity with it is extremely inconsistent,
people just
especially like pre New 52. Ugh.
saying, "Hey, read this order." And
All right, let's
this
get.
is one that can run. It's pretty interesting, but again, it's more so just him talking about his run and what stories he took inspiration from. Now, this is one that can be read at any time. I mean, this series is pretty old anyway, but that is the Birth of the Demon trilogy, which starts with Son of the Demon, Bride of the Demon, and Birth, Bride, Son, Bride, and Birth of the Demon, excuse me, which goes back as far as 1989.
I remember that storyline. Again, that's the one where he met his son. So I was wrong.
Bruh.
And give me one of these. So Grant Morrison's run started with him meeting his son, and then he died in Final Crisis, and then Dick Grayson took over. Which I hope they don't do that. Which I thought the Dick Grayson run as Batman was interesting, but not interesting enough to put in film. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Nope.
James Gunn, if you're watching, you better not fucking do that, or else I am not watching another DC movie ever again.
Series is just because Ra's al Ghul and Damien plays a huge role in this series. So
I can't believe I forgot he wrote that. And I read that story too.
whether you read this way early on or right before Grant Morrison's run, doesn't matter. I know a lot of people like to use this as a launching pad for Morrison, so that's just as acceptable. But the first real book of Morrison's run is Batman and Son. Now you may see a different...
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Batman and... For fuck's sake. Here it is, Batman and Son. Novel by Grant Morrison. Let's see some images of this. Because I believe that... Yep, this is the one. This is the one where he meets Damien, his son. And he almost kills fucking kid. He almost kills fucking, what's his name? Alright, never mind.
Looking cover, Batman and Son. That's because the one I have collects Batman and Son and the Black Glove. I had bought this first, so when I bought this, I didn't realize it had both.
What is the Black Glove? The Black Glove. Is this the one where... Oh, is this Batman Inc? When that started? Hang on. Man, I am just taking you guys on a comic book adventure. I hope you guys like this. There you go. The Black Glove is a criminal organization apparently led by Dr. Simon Hurt. In the immediate aftermath of the death... Alright, here we go. Now, I don't remember. Was Batman dead at this time? Because...
There is a hole at the center of everything. A mystery that can never truly be solved, even by the world's greatest detective. And within that hole lies a trap waiting to be sprung. Grant Morrison's 7-year run on Batman is the story of Bruce Wayne being confronted with threats older than time and greater than reality. It's the story of one man's struggle to defeat evil that may come at the cost of his sanity. While this long unraveling story of the Dark Knight being broken down physically and mentally may seem like deconstruction, Morrison's Batman is the story of one...
Oh, so he did write a few stories before Bruce Wayne died. Because when did he write this? When did he write this? When was it originally? Oh, 2008. Okay, so... Batman and Robin, Batman Reborn. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, Black Glove. Then it was Batman R.I.P. Because when did this come out? Yeah, this came out first, then this came out first. So that's how it was. So basically, I believe this came out first. Then Batman died. I think... Reveals that Batman survives the explosion and returns to the Batcave, blah, 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 blah. Between R.I.P. and Final Crisis are covered in greater detail, yada, yada, yada. At the escape of Batman... Oh, I remember this. I remember this panel, actually. When Batman used the God Bullet on Darkseid and nearly killed him. Which was, in the comics, one of the few times he's broken his no-kill rule. Interesting little fact. Well, I think we've gone down this rabbit hole. We've gone down this rabbit hole far enough, okay? So, if anything, I implore you guys to do your own research regarding this stuff. It's fairly interesting, and like I said, like once you get past like the Batman dying and then coming back and then creating Batman Inc., the freaking continuity inconsistencies really take hold, man.
Bruh.
Holy shit. Anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight's episode of The Doghouse. If you are on YouTube, please comment, share, and subscribe. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, you can dislike it. That's okay. If you're on Twitch, please stay tuned. We will be doing the after show. I might be doing some gameplay. I wasn't planning on doing gameplay, but who knows? Maybe. You know what? Nah. I'm not really feeling gameplay tonight. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. But anyway, let's end the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out.